Hello, students. How are you all? Seeing me after very long? Yes. Yeah. Occasionally, in the middle of the video, maybe you must have seen a little clips of me. All right. So today, I just want to tell you all and ask you all: is it going fine? We have started with Python now, which is a programming language. These kind of things are much better understood in person. I completely agree. But nonetheless, I think uh, the computer, I mean, these lessons are going on pretty well too. I'm able to show you all the things I have wanted to. So I'm not really uh, upset, or I don't feel the lectures are going bad. All right. Coming back, there is a book called Computer Science with Python by Sumitra Arora, which is the textbook. And it is accompanied with a practical book. Do you all have it? If you all have it, you all can open those books and you can start attempting a few pages from those. Very simple work is given in that. Okay, it just sums up what we are doing. It will give you all more practice. If you all don't have the book, call for it. So today we will start with variables again. Variables are very important to programming languages. Variables hold the value, the information, and it will help us to manipulate it according to our needs or according to what the program requires. It's a very important part of any programming language, and Python is a very simple language. That's why I request you to please keep practicing. Also, there is a very beautiful book that I had come across last year on Python, which is a self-paced interactive book which also teaches Python. And they also, although the curriculum or the book is not parallel to our curriculum and our content, but nonetheless, the Python they teach over there will speak about the same concepts in a different approach. I feel that book is very helpful, and I will link it in this video for you all. It's an optional book. You all can go ahead and do it. It will help you all understand Python with a different perspective. Although what we are going to do in class 11 is going to be very strictly book related, it's going to be book based, and we're only going to focus on the points which are given in the book, do the programs which are given in the book. Yes, of course, I will give you all a scope of imagination and experimentation. But if you all follow this book, you all will be much, if you all have any interest in programming, you all will take yourself a step further. Okay, so I'm just going to link it below. You all can have a look and give it a try. Okay, so we start with our lesson. All right. So basically, we spoke about variables last time, and now we are going to be talking about L values and R values. Now, what is this L value and R value? Now, if you all remember, let's say marks equals to 86. In that, there was an assignment operator which is equal to. So values are assigned to variables using an assignment operator. Yes? So is equal to is an assignment operator that helps us assign values to variable. Okay. Now Python associates the variable with the value. Okay. So if I say max equals to 86, Python will associate the name marks with the value 86. That means the name marks is assigned the value of 86, and the name marks will refer to the value 86. And these values are also called as objects. Like I told you, everything in Python is considered a object. Okay. So in an assignment statement, the variable that is receiving the value must appear on the left side of the is equal to operator. Otherwise, it will create a error. So let's say when we did marks equals to 81, instead if you would have written 81 equals to marks, it would have given you an error. Okay, so if we write x equals to 10, it means we are assigning a value 10 to the variable x. Similarly, we write another assignment statement as number underscore 1 with the value 100, and it will be shown as number underscore 1 will be associated with the number 100. So in these, there are three things. There is a variable name, there's an assignment operator, and there is a value. Okay. Now, there should be one and only one variable on the left-hand side of the assignment operator. This value should be, this variable is called the left value or the L value. Okay. And there can be any valid expressions on the right-hand side of the operator. Okay. This expression is called the right value or R value. I repeat this. There should be only one and only one variable on the left-hand side of the assignment operator. And this variable is called the L value. There can be any valid expression on the right-hand side of the assignment operator, and this expression is called the right value or R value. So L value is the expressions that is on the left-hand side of the assignment operator. And R value is the expression that is on the right-hand side of the assignment operator. Okay. So when the interpreter encounters an assignment statement, it evaluates the right-hand side expression and assigns the value to the left-hand side variable. Okay, so if I give an example which is saying ABC equals to 6 plus 4 multiplied by 2, then the interpreter will encounter the statement. It will evaluate 6 plus 4 into 2, and then it will assign the value to the variable. After this, when we refer to the variable, it will automatically give us the number. It will not recalculate it all the time. Okay, so now let's look at some examples. So let's look at some examples. So now we come to the second part, that is multiple assignment. In multiple assignment, you're going to completely contradict the statement that there should be one and only one variable on the left-hand side of the assignment operator. You're going to completely contradict it because Python is a very versatile with assignment statements. There are two ways we can use multiple assignments. In Python, we can declare multiple variables in a single statement. This is used to enhance the readability of the program. It is used to enhance the readability of the program. This can be done in two ways. One is assigning multiple values to multiple variables, that is over here. Assigning multiple values to multiple variables. So you have PQR, values are 5, 10, 15. Python is a very smart language. So P becomes 5, Q becomes 10, and R becomes 15. Also, you can do this assigning same value to multiple variables. So A, B, C, D, E, all will have the value 10. Yes, assignment operator is very versatile. So you can use it for multiple things. You will learn it as and when we learn, we go ahead in our lessons. So now let me quickly show you this example. Okay.
So this I had shown you all where I said result equals to 6 plus 4 into 2. That time when this assignment operator encountered this, it evaluated the number and it assigned it to the variable result. Then I told you all x equals to 3. And then we said y also equals to 3. So what happened? Both of them started pointing to the same memory address where number 3 was saved in Python. And then we said y equals to 2. So now y was pointing or referring to another memory address where 2 is stored. So over here you also is equal to was used as a reassignment operator. It's already an assignment operator, but it can also be used to reassign values to variables that already have values. Now we saw multiple, now we also saw multiple assignment. That means I can say A equals to B equals to C equals to D equals to 10. Like I told you, this completely throws that statement out. When I say enter, and I'll say C 10, D 10. Yes, another way I can do this is I can say W comma E comma R equals to 7 comma 8 comma 9. Now if I say E, will give me 8. R will give me 9. So these are the two examples where you are assigning multiple values to multiple variables. And the second one is you're assigning the same value to multiple variables. Okay, so with this, I'm going to come to an end over here. After this, the next one is the rules that we must follow while naming a variable, something that you all have already done. Yes, soon we will start with operators. I think we did operators, but still there is some part of it which was left. So with this, I end today's class. Stay home, stay safe, practice this. If possible, practice area of a triangle and area of a square formulas by giving values to variables and then using formulas to get the correct answer in the interpreter mode. So no need to save the file. This is only for practice. Stay home, stay safe, take care, and keep learning. Thank you.